AITA for refusing to pay the medical expenses that were in my SO's name? My SO, 30F and I, 34M, recently decided to take a break from our relationship. We lived together in my place, but now she's staying at her mom's. When she came over to pick up some of her belongings and things for our daughter, 8F, it was a bit irritating. I had offered to drop everything off for her so she wouldn't have to come into my space, but she insisted on coming herself. The first thing she did when she walked in was comment on the mess, which wasn't pleasant to hear. The place has been harder to keep up with lately since I've been juggling a lot, and her remark just added to the tension. While she was going through things, she found some medical bills addressed to her that hadn't been paid. These were all from when we were still living together, so they'd been sitting in the house for a while. Now, it's possible I saw them and forgot to tell her, but I honestly don't remember. My thought is that she had just as much of a chance to notice them as I did. The bills were in her name because our daughter is under her insurance. A couple of them had late fees attached, which made things worse. She was furious and demanded I pay the late fees out of my own savings, saying it was my fault for not bringing the bills to her attention. I told her that wasn't fair. She had equal access to them, and if the bills were in her name, she likely got email or phone notifications as well. I've been struggling financially since I lost my job, and my savings aren't in a good place. Her demand felt like a low blow, especially knowing my situation. At the same time, I do feel bad because the bills were for our daughter, and it's not like I don't want to contribute. I love my daughter, and I've always done everything I can for her. I've taken her to countless doctor's appointments and handled her care without fail. Yes, I've made mistakes, like the one time I missed an appointment because I overslept, but I've never been negligent. That said, it's been a rough few years. Our daughter has special needs, and the constant stress of her care, coupled with financial strain and my job loss, has been overwhelming. Watching her suffer is heartbreaking, and it feels like my entire life has been consumed by trying to keep her safe and healthy while the rest of my world crumbles. I didn't sign up for this level of stress, and I feel like I've been slowly losing myself since she was born. I admit my SO's steady income gives her more stability right now, while I'm barely scraping by. It feels unfair that she's demanding more from me when she knows I'm struggling. She's always been adamant about keeping our finances separate, and now I see why. It leaves me holding the bag when things get tough. After reflecting on it, I realized I was in the wrong. I apologized to her and offered to pay the late fees, even if it puts me in a tighter spot. I see now that my frustration over everything else clouded my judgment. I get it. I'm the a-hole here,